All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another mastermind session. Today, we have a very special guest with us. We have Youri joining us today. Youri, thank you so much for joining us. And today we have a lot to uncover. We're going to confront the millionaire YouTube automator.
Confront.
No, confronting him.
Gonna get exposed, huh?
Exposed, yeah. Good talking
Yeah.
already. You're exposed.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm here for?
Yeah.
Damn. Where's the end this call button? Let me see. Let me see. Good to be here, man.
Ron and I, we talked a little bit before starting this, and we didn't want to take the route of like more for the beginner, but we want to take it more at your level, what you are thinking about on a daily basis. And we would assume that you are more concerned with team management, team building. And we wanted to ask you, like, how are you managing your team? What are the incentives? Because I think in one of your videos, you mentioned something about negative reinforcements. So punishing them if they're not on time. So how do you go about this, man? Because I'm sure you have a lot of people on your team who make these videos for you, right? You have people who manage, and like, how is that structured for you? How is that everything's organized? If you want to share that.
I see. Yeah, I guess most stuff you said is kind of right. As in, if I'm really concerned about the day-to-day operations and building teams, not really, because I currently have a setup where I've got all of these people that make the videos. It's about 15, I think, across the channels. But we get like hundreds of videos done per month, and it's 15 people. They're all full-time in Pakistan, so I pay them very well in their country. They're able to put all of their time into the channels, so because of that, 15 people is more than enough to run all of that. But I basically have one team manager, Ali. So we've got Ali up here. He's a team manager. He basically takes care of the day-to-day operations, and then underneath him, he pretty much has his own hierarchy, right? So there are people that do more work, less work. We've got people that make like the most of the video. Then we got people that do some small editing, thumbnails, uploading. So everyone kind of has their own position, and it's kind of like structured like kind of like a pyramid, right? You've got Ali at the top, and then it kind of just goes down like that. Now, because I've got Ali in that position, and he just takes care of it since February this year, actually, I basically don't have to care, or not care, but I don't have to worry that much about, oh, this person is not doing the work, this person is, like late or lazy or anything like that. In fact, I don't even know, which honestly I could recommend, because the thing is, right, if you've got all of these people and you are a person that really goes at it like crazy, you're working all the time, or you want to work all the time, but you're really like focused, you're dialed in the zone, and then you're working with these people who are obviously not going to care as much as you do because it's not their own company. So they're just like being lazy, they're not submitting. You yourself, or I guess from my own experience, I was kind of going crazy and was very, very annoyed by the fact that maybe they said to me that they would deliver at 7 p.m. So I would expect it at that time, but they would send it an hour later. Now, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter that much, but it's still an hour later. I get annoyed by it, it gives me stress. So I kind of removed all of that, where I don't even know when they're working, how they're working. I only know the end result, which is the video. The video is good. Ali, the team manager, takes care of that. And because of that, I don't really care, or I'm not really actively involved in like the day-to-day operation as to when the freelancer works, or how they specifically do it, or which software, or which microphone they have. Like, none of that stuff really. I just took care of it by having a team manager in place, and then he takes care of all the stuff that comes to him I'm not even aware of. As long as the videos are good at the end of the day, that is pretty much all I'm concerned about. And then to get back to the point of the negative reinforcement, that is indeed true. So we were having, like at the peak, about 70 videos done per week, all of the channels combined. And that obviously runs into like a lot of problems, right? Oh, this person not delivering, this person is ill, not delivering this or that. And what I figured is, if they deliver on time, they'll get paid. If they don't deliver on time, they also get paid. So they've got no incentive or no reason to deliver on time. So as soon as we started implementing a negative incentive, or like reinforcement, I guess, where if they would deliver too late, they would get a pay cut of like, let's say $5, $10, depending on the role and their position. All of a sudden, people started delivering on time. Because the thing is, most freelancers don't work just for you. It could be that they work for multiple channels, right? So let's say one freelancer called John works for me, works for Ron, works for George as well. Why would he deliver to me before delivering to you if the payment is the same? There's no reason to deliver first for me. Whereas if you guys don't have that negative incentive, but they're going to make my video first, or at least make my video a priority above yours. And because of that, you always make sure that they deliver to you first, and then maybe you guys will get delivery too late. But because I have the incentive, I'll be the one that receives it on time. So that's the incentive that we put in place a couple months ago, actually. Yeah.
How did they respond to it? Like, you're just telling them if you don't deliver on time, you'll get a lower amount. Like, how do they respond? Or it's fine, or they're like,
Yeah, I mean, I guess I was worried about that too. Like the first time I ran into, like, I thought about that concept, I was like, kind of sketchy, you know, as in like, you know. But the thing is, we agree to, you deliver here and you get paid this amount. That's already agreement, right? So that if they break the agreement, they're ruining my channel, my business. So at the end of the day, you just got to put your own business as the number one priority and just do that. Now, I'm not saying that, let's say a freelancer delivers like 5 minutes too late because there was a storm when the internet just turned off. Like, yeah, you know, right? A lot of, the thing is, it's funny, like once you start getting into outsourcing through Upwork, Fiverr, like just on the internet into countries like the Philippines, India, Thailand, you know, I'm not sure, there are probably a lot of other countries, you'll start running into these things where it's like the internet is off. There is no internet because there was a storm and it's raining. And I'm here in the Netherlands, right? I mean, obviously, like, kind of privileged. Internet always works, usually. Everything kind of always works. There's no storm. So, like, what they didn't mean, like a storm and the internet is not working. It could feel sketchy to them, but the thing is, we've agreed on this price for this kind of delivery. So then if they're too late, it's on them. And then the funny part is, right, as soon as we did that, they started delivering on time all the time. So that already tells you that it's not weird at all, in my opinion.
like, I think a team is very important because, like, the scriptwriter needs to work together well with the voiceover and video editor. It needs to match nicely all together to get a nice video out. But how do you, like, make sure that the team spirit is also good? Like, if you're so on the deadlines, maybe, of course, it's important. But
Yeah.
I myself, like, I don't mind uploading one day later if the team spirit is good and everything matches well together.
Yeah.
Like, how is the team spirit within your team, like, leading it this way?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. So honestly, I'm not sure if that kind of made me sound harsh or come off like harsh at all. The thing is, I'm actually the opposite. Like, I have to be careful not to be too kind, where they'll say, I'll deliver 5 days late. I'm like, sure, you know, like, I'm kind of like that as well. So it's not like I care if they upload 1 day later. It's just that you got to set a boundary, right? If you don't set the boundary, then yeah, like 1 day becomes 2, then the next week, another time, you know, kind of like that. But I also have positive incentive set up. On one of the channels, I actually set a milestone. So as soon as we hit X amount of views, which we actually just hit, I'm gonna fly the team to Dubai. So my team, according to the team manager and then the freelancers, some of them are not able to come, unfortunately, which is kind of a shame, but some of them do. So they'll be coming to Dubai. I'll take care of everything, and we're just gonna have fun here, like not work related, none of that stuff. We'll fly them over, we'll put them in a good Airbnb here, and then we're just gonna have some fun. So that's also like the other side of it, which kind of makes sure that it's all like you said, like a good team spirit. So they'll get a negative reinforcement as if when they deliver too late, but then if they deliver on time, because of that, the videos will perform good, or the channel will go up and up and up. And then as soon as we hit a certain milestone, they're going to get either more money, or in this case, a trip to Dubai, which is fun as well. So I'm trying to do that stuff as well. And then I randomly give out bonuses too. I actually had a channel in the one that I started in July 2021, in December 2021, that made 3.5 thousand bucks, somewhere in that range, because it just started going up. And I actually spent all that money on the team as bonuses for the end of the year. Like that entire monthly revenue from that channel, I just spent as bonuses on the team. So they're also positive reinforcements, and through that I'm kind of trying to make sure that the team spirit is good as well, and that they actually enjoy or they like working within this business, as well as stay with me. Because I feel like if you don't, before I started doing all that stuff, a lot of people left, or they had no reason to work for me rather than to work for you. So if you pay them $1 more, maybe they'll work for you, right? And you have to find another person. And so I also kind of wanted to get rid of that by having these positive things in place as well.
I was talking with my video editor yesterday, like we're all on Slack, like also chit-chatting, making jokes. And I think it's important to have like a good environment, but also, of course, meeting the deadlines. And he was saying like the environment is so much friendly compared to, like, he also works for 2 other channels. But like, since I'm focused on like more browse and suggested videos, so it's more storytelling, he can do a lot more with his creativity. And with those other channels, it's very strict. He has no room to try things out, you know. But I think for a video editor, if you were a video editor, you would like to try things out. So I think stuff like that, also giving people their own responsibility and things to try out, and also feel appreciated by getting a nice bonus. I think that way you can create a really good team.
Yeah, definitely. Because the thing is, if they're, like you say, if they're editors or freelance, they're freelancers, right? They're not business owners. So we, as business owners, probably want it like, you need to do this, 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 and this, so that we know it's good. But they're freelancers, so they do editing as a job, or their passion, or I'm not sure if they're a passion, but at least they like doing it, or maybe they don't like it. If they like it, they want to be creative. So I definitely agree with that. I always give like creative freedom in whatever position in the business. It needs to be good, obviously, but if it's good, they have creative freedom. So I agree with that, what you're saying there. That's good stuff.
Regarding the payment, are they all on payroll, or do you pay per video or per week? I don't know.
Yeah, so it's basically per video. I just set a specific price per video. So I pay my team manager just a salary every single month, which is $2,000 a month, and then he just takes care of all the channels. And then the freelancers within the business simply get paid X amount for a video, and then if we end up doing 100 videos a month, they'll get paid whatever the equivalent would be. And then if we do 200, they'll get, like it's not a specific amount. It's always just per video. And then however many videos we end up doing a month, that's pretty much how much they'll make.
I wanted to ask, so about if you want to share a little bit your breakdown in terms of your revenue, in terms of like percentage wise, how much is coming from, because I remember you told me, you said that most of the money came from ad revenue for you for a long time. And then you hired a brand manager who started to reach out, and that kind of opened up a stream of revenue for as well. So if you want to just walk us through briefly about your revenue streams, and if you are also now thinking about, like we talked yesterday with you about opening up a channel with some kind of an online education to it. Yeah, what's your take on that?
Yeah, exactly. So if I break down my own stuff right now, is in where's the money coming from? It's still mostly AdSense, but I've started adding brand deals. So like George said, I added like a brand deal manager, which I basically hired. I pay him 25% as a commission. So I basically just set up an email for him. I put the contact details in my channels, so every single email goes to him. He then takes care of it from there. So whatever he does when he has a deal, he actually sends the deal to the team manager so that the video can get produced. And then he just texts me, I've landed this deal, X amount, here's my invoice, and then I just pay him 25%. So I kind of set that up as in like the most lazy way possible. Because the thing is, maybe you guys know as well, if you've got these channels, depending on the niche maybe, but a lot of emails that come in are just spam. And then the ones that are legit, so first of all, you've got to go through the ones that aren't, like whether they are spam or not. Then you've got the legit ones and need to message back and forth for like 2 weeks to finally get a deal, because these people are not in charge. They need to ask about this to their boss and then this. So it's just like such an annoying process to go back and forth the entire time. I didn't really want to do that. So that's why I set up a brand new manager and just pay him 25% as the commission, which is not extremely high, I would say. It's pretty decent for me as well as for him. So that worked well. And yeah, those are the brand deals. So regarding the amount of money that's coming from there, or the percentage, I would say it's kind of like between 10, maybe up to 20% a month. It really just depends. Like some months we'll have a lot of money coming in, like a couple $1,000. Other months, maybe not so much. I think this month has kind of been slow, or last month, I should say, August, has kind of been a slow month. We probably did about 2-3K. But then yesterday, he landed, or the day before actually, he landed a $1,600 a month retainer. So they're going to pay us $1,600 a month to make X amount of videos per month. So that's a good deal. It really just depends. It depends on the niche, the channel, time of the year. It's like so many variables go into it. But you definitely need to add it if you've got like a decent size following on your channels. Or even if you don't, like just put in the email and see what happens. Because you can really get paid a lot of money per video. Where, for example, some videos we got paid on like a 30,000 subscriber channel, we got paid like $2,000 per video. So you can see if you just do a couple of these per month, like it can start adding up like crazy. But overall, the percentage is like 10-20%. And then the other stuff is just AdSense, to be honest. Like I've been doing AdSense for so long, and I've kind of been sleeping on the brand deals because like you kind of get complacent. As in, yeah, you just upload the videos, money comes in automatically for the ads, they pay you through your bank account, boom, money in the bank, you know? Kind of get complacent there, or I got complacent, I would say. So the other percentage is kind of like AdSense. I'm pretty sure like maybe like a little bit is affiliate marketing, but that's not like anything I should probably mention. It's about 80-20.
I was wondering, like the brand deals, is it linked to a search-based channel as well? Because I was wondering, like a search-based channel doesn't have an audience, right?
Yeah, it's
so
hard.
How do you, like a brand deal, they want an audience to target, but a search-based channel doesn't have an audience, right? So how is that?
Exactly.
Like, how does the brand deal look like? Like, what's in it for them? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, let me explain. It's definitely a valid point because we've been struggling with that when we were beginning with the brand deals. Because the thing is, so for the people like search-based channels, right? So you upload videos. It doesn't matter what you upload. Your only focus is to rank it in YouTube search. So people go to YouTube, they type in whatever, your video shows up in the top results. Kind of like on Google. Let's say you want a dentist, you type in dentist in Dubai, the top results, right? The same goes with YouTube. People click on your video, they watch the video, and that's pretty much it. So it's kind of like problem-solving channels where, for example, let's say my microphone would start working right now, and let's say 50,000 people per day run into that problem. Maybe 10,000 go to YouTube, 5,000 click on your video, you've got 5,000 views just because of a problem in the world. So if you do that a lot of times, you upload a lot of these videos, you can start getting a lot of views, right? The problem is, people only have that problem once probably, or maybe a few times. Maybe their microphone stops working once, but it's not going to happen again tomorrow, or the day after, and the day after, and the day after, where with audience-based channels, so people that actually care about your videos, they'll watch your video today, you upload another one tomorrow, you watch it again because it's fun, it's entertaining. So that's kind of the problem with these search-based channels. People usually only go to your channel once, and then they'll never be seen again because they don't care about your channel. They just found the solution or whatever it would be for the search results. So there's no audience. So getting to brand deals there, it's hard to explain to the brands why they should pay X amount, right? $2,000 for a video, because the video is not going to get a lot of views right away. The reason it works is because the brands that we're working with, which are usually SaaS companies, they know kind of how it works. They're familiar with ranking in Google, stuff like that, how valuable that is. So we can show them, because I already have videos about most of the brands on these channels. Yo, this video was uploaded 2 years ago. It's still getting 100 views per day, all through YouTube search, all organic, means the people are already interested in, otherwise it wouldn't end up in it. So you kind of have to convince them to, well, like not convince, but I agree with you, Ron, as in it's harder to show them the value. I guess that's the point. The brands pay because they think there's value for them. So if it's harder for them to see the value, you're also going to have a harder time landing the brand deal. So yeah, it's harder, but it still works as well as long as the brand sees the value. So you kind of have to convince them of that, which we do by showing results from ranking videos that have continued to get X amount of views per day, like maybe 50, maybe 100, maybe even 10. It doesn't really matter as long as like consistent traffic from YouTube search coming in with their keyword. So usually it's, let's say it's Wix, right? Wix running ads quite a lot, normal YouTube ads as well as brand deals. If I show them I've got 100 videos about Wix and the search terms that people use is how to use Wix or build a website with Wix, that is the exact audience that the companies want. So through that, we try and convince them and show them the value of making a brand deal video and including the link, maybe setting up a promotion deal within that video. But to get to the point, it is harder than with a channel that has a specific audience. You just have to convince them and show them the value, which we do by showing videos that have already ranked on specific topics that has their target audience.
So basically they're like buying your digital real estate on those keywords. That's based. So it's not connected to the channel. It's more connected just to the videos.
Like they're kind of just advertising as normal pre-roll ads on YouTube because they specifically target an audience. And with this, they know what kind of audience is going to come onto the videos and they want to get in front of that audience. And then we just integrate it into the video. So you're right about that. Yeah, that's kind of the approach.
So let's take it back to the basics. Let's take it back to the beginners, to the people watching and they're like, holy shit, this is so much. I'm nowhere near. I'm just starting out. I'm very fucking broke. What do I do? What do I do? How does someone choose a niche?
I want to take it back to that first statement as well. So if you're broke, YouTube automation, right, is not for you. And a lot of people don't say that. They're like, yeah, YouTube automation, like beginner business, this and that. It's not. So YouTube automation stands for outsourcing and then setting up processes so that you can kind of automate it. Before that, you need money, right? No one is going to work you for free, so you cannot even outsource it in the first place. So if you want to get started without money, you can do it, but start a faceless channel and then do the work yourself. So start a faceless channel. You do the script writing, you do the voiceover, you do the video editing, you make the thumbnail. So you need to possess these 4 skills so that you can make the videos. Then once that starts making money, you can switch to outsourcing the work. But if you've got no money at all to invest, then YouTube automation, so outsourcing and then setting up the processes so that it's as automated as it gets, is kind of impossible, right? Because you've got no money, so you cannot really outsource or anything like that. So if you're broke, let's say you've got no money, then I wouldn't recommend automation. You should just look into starting a faceless channel and then doing the work yourself, or partnering up with someone that, for example, knows how to do it. Let's say me and George are good friends. George has money. He maybe invests in a team. I do all the work in terms of research, taking care of the channel, all that stuff. Or maybe George has these skills of doing the script writing, doing the voiceover, video editing, thumbnail design, and I focus on what kind of videos do we need to make and how do we grow this. So you can still partner up to kind of do like outsourcing, but then is in a partnership way. But if you're broke, or I hate saying broke, like it kind of sounds too offensive, but if you've got no money, don't do automation, just do faceless. So that if you have money, right, let's get to that point. And then niches, it's interesting, like I don't believe, and I get that question a lot, maybe you guys as well, like what's the best niche or what's the easiest niche? The thing is, like, there probably is no best. Maybe for me it's the best, for you it's not. Maybe I like football, and then I think football niche is the best. But maybe you, Ron, have got no clue about football at all, so then you cannot understand what the audience wants to see, what's going on in the industry. So then for you, it wouldn't be the best because you are not going to be able to come up with the right video topics because you simply don't understand it. So what I always say, and it's kind of back with my own experiences as well, choose something that you kind of like or kind of interested in. Now, I know that's kind of like a cringy answer because there'll also be a lot of people that say, no, you don't have to do what you like, just like, go all in whatever it is that works. And yeah, maybe that works. But if you want to do this for the long run, right, and you're doing stuff that you don't really care about, which I've done, I've tried like specific gaming channels, like maybe you've seen the Beam NG stuff. There were some channels that were crazy last year in August. So I started that because they were getting like hundreds of millions of views a month. And it was just like some stupid game where they would like drive with cars and crash into like buildings or specific objects. I'm like, this is going crazy, let me get that done. The thing is, like, I didn't understand it, I didn't like it, so then you kind of just neglect it. Like, it didn't work out, and I've had so many examples with that as well, where I just wouldn't understand it or like it, or I would just do it for the money only. And I'm not saying that right now I don't do it for the money, but at least I've got some like personal interest in the niches that I'm currently doing. So that's what I recommend first. And then apart from that, I always go with 3 other pillars, which are proof of concept. So can you find channels that are currently doing this, and have they grown within the last the last few months? Because if you find channels that are doing it, but they grew 8 years ago, it's probably a different time of YouTube, and it's not really relevant. It doesn't really say that it is like indeed that proof of concept. So proof of concept, find channels that currently do what it is that you want to do, and they grew within the last, I would say, 6 up to 12 months, or of course 0 up to 12 months maximum, because then you know that they recently grew, so that you can kind of model that. Then second of all is the 10K potential. Now I like to adjust that to just life-changing income, depending on your country. Maybe you're in the Philippines or in India, and then maybe $2,000 a month would already make you a baller there, right? For me, that was 10K, because in the Netherlands, like 10K would really like put you where you can kind of do whatever, right? You cannot buy a Lambo, but you can do good stuff. You can lease one, indeed. So that kind of puts you in that place. So the second one is always like life-changing income, because you don't want to have a business, and I've had business before where I would succeed. For example, Instagram theme pages. I used to have a football page that I grew to 1 million followers. I was young, so I might have been able to do that better, but I was only making like $500, $600, $700, $800 a month with that, which was good at the time because like 17 or 18. But it didn't really change my life. So I was at the peak of that kind of industry, right? I was in the top like 1 or 0.001%, but I was only making $800. So you don't want to end up with a channel where you're in the top of your niche, but then you're only making $800, which doesn't do anything for you. So that's the second pillar that we always look at. Then interest, which I already mentioned. You could technically include that one because I feel like it's really important, but that's kind of what I look at. So yeah, based on like what's the best niche, I'm honestly not sure. Like I'm honestly not sure. You can link into like high CPMs, but then maybe they get less views than entertainment, so then maybe entertainment is better. Honestly, I don't really like saying this is the best or this is the best. It's hard to answer that question, George.
Yeah, there's also like an audience for everything. You can basically start in everything, and you can always make your videos around a higher CPM within your niche. I think there's always some possibilities. But also in regards to your point, like if you don't have any money and you want to start out with YouTube automation, like I can also expect some people don't maybe have the video editing skills. It's also very easy. You can just get a job and get income from another way and start with just one video a month, $100, I don't know. This way you can also start, like get a normal job. And once YouTube is getting some traction, you can quit that job eventually.
Yeah, you don't need to quit school or quit college, quit uni, stop your job in order to do YouTube automation, you know, because it doesn't take a lot of time. Maybe in the beginning phase it does, but it's not like you need to be like on the grind for like 40 hours a week. So you can definitely funnel your money from another income stream to YouTube automation. Is definitely a great way to do it. So it's either that or you do the work yourself. I actually got started doing the work myself. So I started doing the voiceover, the script writing, the video editing, the thumbnail design, because I have all of these skills. So I just got started through that. And then once that was kind of successful, I only then switched to the automation part. So definitely no shame in starting yourself or, you know, not having the money to go all in right away or quit this and that. So that's not a problem at all, no.
Let's say someone finds a channel that they would like to model. It meets all the criteria that you just outlined, proof of concept, 10K. How does that person stand apart from the competition? Because it's easy to be like, okay, this is the video I want, and then try to replicate it as much as possible. But how do you actually make it better or make it different?
In the beginning phase, I would if you're like literally starting right now, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't think about how can I make like a new crazy thing. I would just take a look at the current channels that are performing well and would literally do what they're doing. Like, don't even think about like coming up with some crazy concept or this and that. Just do what they do. Now, I mean, I'm not saying because some people take this and like literally copy the video. No, but just like what colors are they using their thumbnails? Do the same. How many faces are there in the thumbnails? Do the same. How many different cuts within the intro are there? So how many different scenes in terms of the editing do they do? Do the same. Like, there's this book, it's like steal from an artist or steal like an artist, I'm not sure. It just basically goes into, if you're just getting started, just learn from people that are currently doing it, just do what they do, and then later on you kind of get the hang of it, and then you can start coming up with the ideas, because you're probably at a point already where you kind of know how it works. Whereas if you would, like for example, let's say that we would start, what's the craziest thing that we could do right now? Like start like some random business. Let's say I would start some, like I would build microphones, right? I have no clue how it works. So am I going to try and come up with a brand new microphone concept? Probably not. I'll just recreate this microphone so I can understand it. Then I understand how it works. And maybe then after a year, I'll start thinking about how I can change the entire thing, right? So that's kind of what I would do. And I would do the same with these videos. So if you're just getting started, just simply do what other people do. As in, just look at it, like write down, okay, how many cuts are there in the intro? Is it a male voice or a female voice? Is it a green thumbnail or a red thumbnail? I'm just using very basic examples, but just write everything down, analyze videos from the top results or like the top performers, and simply do the exact same. And then just go from there. After a month, after 3 months, you'll probably get views, you'll figure out how it works, or you learn more, and only then start seeing, okay, I now know that you get higher watch time by having 8 cuts in the intro scene instead of 2. So I'm going to do 8. And then because I know the more, the better, maybe I'm going to start testing 16, and then we'll see how that goes. So to get to the answer, I would just simply do what people are currently doing, see what works with others, and do the exact same. Then after 3 months or after 50 uploads, just look at it and then try and see if you can change or think about stuff yourself that might potentially be better.
Good point. And from your experience of the different pillars of the content, what would you attribute in terms of like the priority from high, like from 1 to the bottom? Voiceover, scripts, video editing. What drives the most result? Like what can not ensure?
I think it's all very, very close to each other. Because if you think about it, if your script is not good, then you can have the best voiceover ever, but if the storyline is not interesting, people are going to click off. So script not good means voiceover doesn't matter. Then you've got script is good, voiceover sucks, people are still going to click off as well. Because if your voiceover is awful, it's not enjoyable to watch, right? To listen to, right? So then you've got, let's say, script is good, voiceover is good, video editing is boring, people are still going to click off. You've got script is good, voiceover is bad, video editing is crazy, they're still going to click off. So you kind of just need all of them to be on point in order to get good results, I would say. And the same as with, like, let's say the first three are good, but your thumbnails is so boring, your title sucks, they're not even click on the video. So you could have put in all these resources and like quality into the first three, but then no one even see it because their thumbnail sucks. So I don't think there is a difference in between the importance in between any. Like, let's say you've got $50 a video, you might have to sacrifice like one or two, and in that case, I would probably sacrifice the voiceover. Like, instead of having a 10 out of 10, you could have like a 7 out of 10, probably get away with it. But apart from that, they're all really, really like related to each other. Like I said, if the script is good, but then the voiceover is not good, they'll click off. Script is good, video editing sucks, they'll click off. So they always click off if any of these are not good.
It's all linked to each other indeed. Like, yeah, I agree on all. Like, it needs to match, everything needs to match perfectly. Like the title and the thumbnail, but also what you put in the title need to fit the hook exactly. Like, people want to click on your video for a reason. So you need to let them know in the beginning of the video right away, this is what you're getting. This is why you clicked on it, you know? So
exactly.
that also takes a lot of time to tweak that and optimize it. And it's a whole different game again to get to know that.
I think it's important to understand why someone clicks your video, deliver on that, and try to make your videos as best as possible. If first off, you need to understand what is your audience and why they're clicking. Like, are they clicking it because they have a specific problem, like you said, and they need to solve it? How do I fix my microphone? Okay, then your value is in providing them the solution. But if someone is clicking your video because they want to know what happens if all humans go extinct, then you need to drive the storyline. Like, you need to drive and that's why they click, right? So
that's an interesting one, actually, because now I'm thinking. So for example, if it'd be how to fix a microphone, then I feel like there is a difference in between script, voiceover editing, and thumbnail. Because if you're there to provide a solution to a specific problem, I don't think the video editing matters as much as entertaining someone for 8 minutes. So then the script, or which in this case kind of like the solution, which is the amount of, I guess it always comes down to the amount of value. But then if the video is how to fix the microphone issue, they're not going to care about the editing. They don't need special effects. So I guess we could say it kind of depends on the video and the audience that watches it and what they're trying to get out of it then.
The retention rate on your search-based videos, like, is it high because people want to follow every step? Or
it's not crazy high. So because they'll search, the thing is, people search for a specific problem. For example, once again, how to fix a microphone. They'll get 10 results. And by that, they all know all of these 10 videos will provide me the solution. So maybe after 30 seconds into my video, they're like, no, this is not going to be the solution. They instantly have another potential solution ready. So they can click right away. So that is kind of one of the things. And then apart from that, in order to get high retention on the solution solving videos, you need to make sure that the solution either gets revealed at the end of the video, because if I make an 8-minute video, but I provide the solution after 10 seconds, they're going to click off because that's all they came for. They don't come because I'm so funny or whatever, right? Or my team members are funny. So then it's harder, but the retention usually is between like 30 up to 50%, somewhere in that range. And those are like good performing videos. It's just that I got my own channels at such a good position where I kind of just neglected looking into it, which I guess you could say it's kind of stupid. I don't know. I just like, I'm not a huge fan of like watching shorts myself. I'm definitely aware of like it being a great opportunity. The thing is, and you had like, I know you, Ron, so I know you kind of were struggling with that. So I'm actually curious to see how that went. The audience that watches shorts is like a specific type of audience, right? So if they watch these 15-second clips of like you hitting them with like crazy dopamine and like editing this and that, then you upload an 8-minute video, but they're probably not going to watch it. Now, I'm not saying that it's impossible to grow a normal channel with shorts, because there are plenty of people that have done it. I don't know. Like, I haven't really done that much with shorts. So I'm going to ask you the question now. How did that channel go where you had shorts and you wanted to transform it into a normal channel, right?
Yeah, like it's at 70K subs now in 3 months. So total, I think 15, 60 million views. So
Yeah.
it's a nice audience to have, but indeed, like my top 20 videos, if I look at those shorts, that is like 80% of my subscribers. They're all like, I don't know, like funny things, like typical YouTube shorts or TikTok content for like funny things. Younger audience mostly watches it. And then I was like, okay, now I have an audience. I'm going to make longer videos, but like of course, within my niche, but then with a high CPM. So I was going into the tech subjects, while my audience were all coming in from like bullshit shorts, you know. It didn't match at all with the long format content. So I stopped with going towards like the tech side of it because my audience isn't like it. Actually, right now, I'm changing it up since YouTube announced about 2 weeks ago. Like first, YouTube Shorts and the long format content was split up in the algorithm. Now, when people watch your shorts, YouTube will also suggest your long format video. That wasn't the case before. So right now, I'm switching up my long format content. Basically, I'm going to make videos that are a little bit of the same as my top performing shorts. It's more like entertainment. But I think that way I want to see if the audience will click on it sooner, also because of the topic switch, but also because of the algorithm change. So I'm publishing a video tomorrow. So I will let you all know if the change is like significant compared to the like some months earlier.
It's definitely a great way. Like you said, you've got 70K subscribers within 3 months. Do these people watch your, like, if you upload a brand new short, does the subscriber base watch it, or is it still like a video going viral? And that's where the views are coming from?
99% coming from the shorts feed, but also when people subscribe, it's also in the shorts feed. So like maybe I can check if subscribers are watching my shorts. I can check it out.
Yeah, because that's interesting to know. Because otherwise, it's kind of like you're just uploading. Then it's kind of like the search-based channels, right? You've got all of these videos, people subscribe, but they don't really come back to your videos at all.
Yeah, I have a video here with 73K views that I uploaded this week. 25% actually came from my channel, 10% from YouTube search, 60% from the shorts feed.
That's interesting. That's a interesting combination, I would say.
Like everyone's saying you can make videos of YouTube shorts separate, like not the YouTube shorts fund, but I have one video, one YouTube short that brought me in $100 just in the revenue, like not the shorts fund. I have no clue how it's possible it got such a high CPM for a short. And like
that's interesting.
65% is browse features. Yeah, so the browse content. And
you know what's interesting?
And shorts feed is only 27%. So.
Yeah, so with the search-based channels, right? It's curious to see if people are gonna search specifically on purpose within YouTube Shorts, because then you can start shorts-based search channels.
But you don't make a lot of money.
No, that's the thing.
With the YouTube Shorts fund, it's making me money. Like I got $1,300 last month. It's not much.
With how many views?
30 million. So it's still great. But still,
that's not good.
Like I still make like 1K profit. So it's
that's of course.
So that's kind of funny to see. And also YouTube changed some things. You can cut a small part from your video, make it short. Within the short, there's now a link to the full video. So I'm also curious how that will go. Yeah. You can see like it's cut from a full video and people can click on the full video if they want to watch more.
Yeah, that is interesting. The thing is that is good stuff. So then what you can do is create a short. Can you create a short and then link it to the normal video without that short be like coming from the main video? So then you would have to integrate like a specific cliffhanger or whatever in the normal video. So if you then have a good enough cliffhanger, people should, if they're curious enough, they'll end up in your actual video.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe you can make the full video, the video hook, you can make it optimized as a short for a short, like have everything centered maybe, and then cut when the full video launch, cut the short out of it and post it, because the short will get more views right away because YouTube pushes shorts so hard just to keep up with TikTok and Instagram Reels. It's really crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's insane how much they're actually doing it.
So what's next for Youri? What's the grand vision?
Life questions here.
What are we to see in the next 2-3 years?
I'm honestly not sure. I always just go kind of random. Like I never really know. So it's not like I have a specific plan for 2 years from now. To be honest, and this is gonna be great because this has got like a YouTube automation interview thing. Right? I'm not sure if I'll be doing YouTube automation.
Oh shit!
I don't know.
You heard it here first.
Nah, the thing is just like, it's fun, right? But I just want to, like I already have now, I'm not doing too much work within YouTube automations, but like on the channels. I would love to just either build it up like even more and then just take the money and put it into other stuff, so that within 5 years I don't have to worry about if my channel will get banned or if my video is demonetized or if I say this little part in the intro or this little part. Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess I'll just start or keep kind of milking the channels now, make sure they keep doing very well. And then I think probably I'll run into some other business within 2-3 years, maybe even sooner. I don't know. And I'll be doing that. I'm honestly not sure. But I guess I'll just keep these channels that I currently have going, maybe add more. But it's not like I got like a specific vision with the channels or YouTube automation specifically.